Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brendan Plays. This is Total Extreme Wrestling, the final show before our New Year's Smash pay-per-view right here on our All Elite Wrestling save. Well, we might as well jump straight into it. Obviously, we got a few storylines that we're looking to advance. And, we've added a few more as well. Obviously, some of the bigger ones. Brian Cage, Keith Lee, that's going to be taking place very, very soon. Looking forward to seeing how that one kind of plays out. Mercedes Martinez, she's now joined AEW, and we're going to feud her with Chris Statlander. We mentioned a few episodes ago, we haven't really done a lot with Statlander as of late because there hasn't been too many singles feuds that she could really explore. Well, here's one that we can really do straight off the bat. Probably a bit of a risk to have these two women who are both very similar in popularity facing each other this early on, but I feel like you got to start big with Martinez, and Statlander's a good option there. So those are some of the new things that we're looking to do, some of the new debutantes coming in. I think we probably need to try and get something for Jay Lethal as well. We haven't done that yet, but I think last episode we just kind of established him, we got him on TV, we're going to just start having him get some matches under his belt, I suppose, before we do anything major with him. But we do have this week's Dynamite booked, and we will jump straight into it. Alright, so to start things off on the pre-show, the Varsity Blondes picked up a win over the Wingman 42 rated match as we get ready to move Peter Avalon out of the company, give him the big boot on his way out. Varsity Blondes pick up a win, of course. We opened up this week's edition of Dynamite with MJF in a match. He took on Frankie Kazarian, 78 rated. Last time these two met was in 2020 here in our save. I think it was around a 64 rated match or something along those lines. I've had a few matches, but it has never been that great. Well, this one's much better, 78. We had CM Punk on commentary for this one as well, MJF 84, Kazarian 47. Post-match, MJF taunting CM Punk by sitting in the ring as CM Punk watches on. So a bit of a subtle shot there by MJF as we kind of get this feud underway, 70 rated. So nothing amazing just yet. We're kind of, just slowly teasing it. A couple of promos before we really get things happening. Brandy Rhodes, of course, she's on her way out of the company too, I think. I don't think the Rhodes are coming back. So Brandy is starting to take a few losses before we get rid of her. So she lost to Nyla Rose in this one, thanks to some interference by Vicky Guerrero to help Nyla pick up the win. 50 rated from Nyla, Brandy 43 for a 46 rated match. Pretty good overall, I gotta say. During the match as well, we had Ruby Soho accidentally get herself involved, distracting Brandy Rhodes, and Brandy kind of blames Ruby for the loss, and she slaps her post-match. So we might do a follow-up match here, Ruby Soho and Brandy Rhodes, potentially, maybe after the pay-per-view, maybe on Rampage, just to kind of give Ruby a win over Brandy as well. Wardlow, he got a quick win, and I mean quick, just under 2 minutes over Fuego del Sol. Wardlow 66, Fuego 17, trying to get Wardlow some wins, more experience, keep getting him, some reps under his belt before we get ready to give him a bit of a singles run. I think we're not far away from pulling that trigger. Mercedes Martinez is here. She interrupts Chris Statlander's interview backstage and introduces herself to her. So Martinez, her gimmick rated as poor. So not a great start in terms of that, but obviously not a bad start with a 49 rated segment to kick off this storyline. So I think this could be good for Martinez. She's obviously a veteran. She can come in, have a bit of a role to play, put over some of the future talent, future stars of our women's division. We definitely need some more decent women, and Martinez will certainly fill that role for us. Certainly on the heel side of things as well. Brian Cage, Luchasaurus, one-on-one. Brian Cage picks up the win thanks to Ricky Starks getting involved. And we put the FTW title on the line as well. We've got it. We never really do anything with it, but it's there. Why not? Put it on the line. 69 rated match, which is pretty good. Honestly, that's much better than I expected. Cage performed at 69 as well. That's surprising. Luchasaurus was okay, 56. So it advances the Starks and Jungle Boy situation. Brian Cage needs another win to get him some momentum heading into the Keith Lee match to make him look good. So it kind of suits, two different storylines there. Post-match though, Taz tries to calm Brian Cage down after he's furious that Ricky Starks got involved in his match. 68 for that one. So we're kind of teasing a potential split for Brian Cage and Team Taz, because I'm pretty sure Brian Cage is going to leave AEW in real life, if he hasn't already. So we need to try and get ready to move him on in our game as well. And obviously Ricky Starks getting a win over Cage is the right thing to do. Adam Cole picks up a win over Dante Martin. During the match, Max Caster distracted Dante, so that advances the Top Flight storyline. Adam Cole 81, Dante 37. And it also will advance the Bryan Danielson storyline, because Bryan Danielson post-match comes out and he mocks Adam Cole for needing help to win. You know, you're trying to prove you're the best wrestler in the world, but here you are needing help to beat Dante Martin? What is going on there? So that's kind of advancing that storyline there, taking a bit of a shot at Adam Cole, making fun of him a little bit. 84 for that segment. Wild Things declare war against Red Dragon, and they want to fight at the pay-per-view. 73 rated promo there, so continue to build towards the rematch there. So when I refer to a fight, more like a street fight, no DQ, throw the rule book out the window, that sort of situation. And we also had Darby Allin and Malachi Black picking up a big win over Proud and Powerful. 81 rated match here. This is a match pretty much to determine who's going to be involved in the upcoming number one contenders match. Darby and Malachi picking up a win to advance and go through. No Brody King this time. I figured we better have the two big guns of Darby and Malachi teaming up here. And they produced a pretty damn good match. 81 overall. Malachi at 81. Darby 69. Proud and Powerful really good too. 67, 68. So really good from everyone overall to get a much better match than I expected, and that will gain some storyline here for the tag team storyline as well. Adam Page is determined to overcome Miro, so he cuts a promo there on Miro 84. This TNT storyline is looking pretty good. It's probably one of our best storylines at the moment. Very good there as well. In our main event, Sammy Guevara picks up a major win over Christian Cage. First time these two have met, I believe. 79 rated. Christian 73, Sammy 74, 18 minutes. And we had Cody on commentary, Kenny Omega watching ringside. Everyone keeping a close eye on this match as Sammy Guevara picks up a momentum-boosting win to get him ready for the pay-per-view. And apparently Sammy Guevara... Well, we had this match being called in the ring because of the fact that we had Christian Cage involved there. I thought Christian might have enough psychology to carry Sammy Guevara in that way. Not to be. So it's a bad idea to have Sammy Guevara in a match that's being called in the ring. Should be probably more scripted for him. Overall, an 80 rated edition of Dynamite. Pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. A couple of really nice matches on this show. Considering we really didn't give too much away either, I think that is a pretty damn good Dynamite. Alright, following up from Dynamite, Rock and Roll been released from the NWA. What are they doing? You got getting rid of the veterans, the legends, the Rock and Roll? Do we bring them in for a match? That's surprising, I suppose. But there you go. Both around the mid-20s popularity. Nothing really special there for us to kind of capitalize on. Plus, they're 60. God, give them a rest. I think they deserve retirement by now. NXT, 73 rated, so we're beating them in the TV ratings, we're beating them in the show ratings. I'm pretty happy with that. And not too much else is happening around, and we'll take a quick look at our rating. 1.75 TV rating overall combined on TNT, 967,000, getting close to the 1 million mark, which is obviously what we need to strive for to try and accomplish. So, pretty good so far. Quick little look around. Obviously, we had a look at our storylines earlier on. The CM Punk MJF storyline's a little bit weak at the moment, but we're just kind of getting it underway. The Sammy Guevara and Kenny Omega storyline, once again, was a little lower, but that good match there with Christian Cage certainly helping out. The Danielson-Adam Cole situation is really, really good. I don't think we're going to give that away just yet. I think we're going to... probably the best move to make next would be for both guys to pick an opponent for one another, a bit of a pick your poison sort of situation. Miro and Adam Page, that's probably going to be the main event, I feel, of the upcoming pay-per-view. TNT title on the line. I don't think having Sammy and Kenny Omega should be the main event. I think you need to have a championship on the line. Cody won't be defending, so that's probably the most sensible match. Plus, we're probably going to do a title change, and I think it's going to be a really good match too. So that's probably in contention to be our main event. So we do have New Year's Smash scheduled to be in 9 days. So I thought it was going to be this one, but I'm considering maybe moving it ahead a week. And that's what I was kind of thinking about, because we're pretty much ready to go for the pay-per-view. If we win, we're going to go one more week. We probably would just kind of be treading water a little bit, because I think we're pretty much ready to pull the trigger. One more episode of Rampage will get us there. So I think we might bring the pay-per-view forward just a week, because you've got Revolution in February. That gives you a solid 6 weeks of build towards Revolution. So instead of 5, I think that'd probably be a better way to go. So we might just bring this one forward to week number 2 and Saturday. So only a few more days to go. So 2 days. I just think that's a little bit more where we're at. In terms of the card, obviously Keith Lee and Brian Cage. CM Punk and MJF, that probably won't feature anything there. Neither will the Dennison and Cole. As I said, Sami and Kenny, Jade and Sheeta. Nothing from Martinez and Statlander just yet, but definitely the Wild Things and Red Dragon. Let's add Kyle O'Reilly to that one. So there's some good matches. Ricky Starks, Jungle Boy, Soho and Nyla Rose will do that. Probably the Superbad and Shining Force, may as well do that. Number 1 contenders match. We're probably going to do a big triple threat tag team match. This should be really good though. FTR, House of Black, and the Lucha Bros. Pretty solid match there. That could be one of the better tag matches we've had in a while. And maybe even the Acclaimed and Top Flight, we could do something there. So overall, the card is not looking super strong because there is no world title match, but it's certainly going to accomplish a fair bit. And we're still leaving plenty in the tank. We're not giving away too much just yet ahead of Revolution. Alright, moving on to this week's AEW Dark, and on the pre-show, AQA picks up a win over a local talent, Sami Lane. No chemistry between these two, so not a great match, but a win for AQA nonetheless. We open up this week's edition of Dark as Sheeta is in the ring with Jade Cargill, and Hikaru Shida informs Jade that she has won the right to pick the stipulation for their match, and it will be a kendo stick match. So that's obviously going back to the big bet that Lio Rush lost with Sheeta, and Lio Rush pays the price again. He's pretty much screwed over Jade Cargill a few times now making her life even worse because it's going to be a kendo stick match, which draws back to the fact that Sheeta whacked Lio Rush probably a week or two ago now with a kendo stick in a segment. So 52 rated, advancing that storyline, so that should be a good match, something a little bit different as well. Next up, Brandy and Velvet lost to Shining Force. Ali accidentally got herself involved and hit Brandy, so it was Superbad accidentally giving Shining Force the win. Rio 42, Yuka Sakazaki 40. They were pretty good. Brandy 43, Red Velvet 26 for a 37 match. Not bad overall. Chris Statlander cuts a promo on Mercedes Martinez, talking about the interruption that took place recently on Dynamite. 47 for that one, so good promo. Yep, not too bad. Best Friends pick up a win of a Wingman for a 48 rated match. Trent was the best in the match with 50, pretty good. Ruby Soho says she can't wait to finally shut Nyla Rose up once and for all. 49 for the promo. Look, most of our women's segments are starting to get 40 plus, some closer to 50. So the women's division is certainly taking a turn in the right direction, which is good. Jeff Hardy gets a match here on Dark. He picks up a win over Sean Dean. Kind of thinking about using Jeff Hardy on Dark a little bit more as a way to kind of work with some of the younger talent, just to give him a bit of experience, get a chance to work with a top guy, that sort of situation. So an easy win for Jeff, plus to give him some wins as well. I think he needs some. He's had a few losses as of late. Diamante gets an appearance. She cuts a promo for 36. The Gun Club pick up a win over Marco Stunt and Fuego del Sol for 26. Nothing too much to really talk about here, but I figured let's try and get the Gun Club a bit of popularity. They can beat Marco Stunt, try and boost their popularity a little bit because they are really dead in the water in terms of their popularity. It has not moved at all since we brought them in. Lance Archer gets a promo as well for 63 just to get him an appearance. Brian Cage cuts a promo on his open challenge, still kind of figuring out who's it going to be. Doesn't matter who it is, he's going to beat them, that sort of thing. 66 for the promo, which is pretty good for Brian Cage. And our main event was Jurassic Express defeating the Good Brothers for 67. Jungle Boy 71, Luchasaurus 59. Pretty good stuff from Jungle Boy actually. 71's good. And the Good Brothers 60 apiece. Obviously, the Good Brothers on their way out a little bit as well, starting to get them to put over some of the other tag teams. Taz on commentary, Ricky Starks watching on to advance that storyline for 67 overall the segment. And it gives us a 59 rated edition of Dark. All Elite Wrestling Rampage. Let's jump straight into it. And on the main show, Kenny Omega and Sammy Guevara meet in the middle of the ring, and they go back and forth on the mic. But in the end, Kenny Omega basically saying that Sammy is not in his league, and he'll prove it at the pay-per-view. So Sammy's come close before. He's had title shots in the past. He's had big matches in the past. He's come close, but yet to really win that big match. This is the big chance that Sammy Guevara needs. Can he get it done against Kenny Omega? Well, that remains to be seen. But 90 rated for the promo, improving the storyline heat, which has been a little bit low as of late. Red Dragon are in action again. They pick up an easy win over Reynolds and Silver in a 64 rated match. Kyle O'Reilly, 76. Wow. That is impressive. So that is some good stuff there. Red Dragon, so far so good. They have had a good run early on here. Post-match, the Wild Things come out. They're looking for a fight tonight, but Red Dragon, they walk away and will wait until the pay-per-view. So the big street fight will take place very, very soon. Superbad, they've got a promo. They trash talk the Shining Force. 45. That's actually pretty good, quite honestly. Since getting a couple of wins over Brandy and Red Velvet, Superbad have gained a bit of popularity, and their work should be a little bit higher quality in the coming weeks. So that is pretty good to see. We're starting to get another team over, which we desperately need. Up next, Brody King dismantles Peter Avalon in 3 minutes, 42 rated. Not bad. Obviously wanted just to spotlight Brody King, 54 from him, get him a win, get him some more momentum. Jay Lethal, he picks up a win over Mike Seidel this time. It's 56 rated. Jay Lethal, 63. Mike, 31. Good match. And once again, getting Jay Lethal on the card, spotlighting him, showing us what he can do. And he's having a decent start. It's not amazing, but it's a decent start. 63 from him is pretty good. If we can get performances like that, he should be able to have a good match with anybody on the roster. Up next, Miro is enraged and he attacks Adam Page in the bar. Miro says he's God told him to do it. So I'm kind of going in a bit of a direction where Miro is starting to lose his mind a little bit. He's kind of going and getting a bit crazy. He's starting to believe that God, his own God or some sort of God is telling him to do these things and hurt different wrestlers in the company. He's becoming on a bit of a warpath that is very dangerous. So that's kind of where we're headed with Miro. Ever since obviously the heel turn, he's just starting to lose his mind a little bit, and that's why he's becoming more and more dangerous. And it's working. 84 for the segment here, and so far he's having a pretty solid feud here with Adam Page. Main event time, and I was hoping this match would deliver. And first time I've had the Lucha Bros and FTR meet in just a regular tag team match, and they did deliver. 82. So at the pay-per-view, we are going to do FTR versus the House of Black versus the Lucha Bros. So I figured, well, why not? This is a good excuse for us to get a bit of a teaser. What can we expect at the pay-per-view? And they had an 18-minute match. It was all happening in this one. Rey Fenix took a big bump. FTR were brilliant, but Rey Fenix was the best in the match. 82. FTR 79 and 76, and Penta 66. So great stuff from everybody in this match. It delivered a high-quality match, and it really does elevate the title chase for the tag team belts. I'm really excited for the future of the tag division. We've got FTR, Lucha Bros, House of Black, as we mentioned. Young Bucks are still there. There's a few other good teams. Jurassic Express are really coming through as well. So there's definitely a lot of good tag teams right now in the company. And quite honestly, the Young Bucks have probably been falling out of the mix a little bit. There's some other teams that are just probably a little bit more exciting, a little bit more fresh. So it's very likely the belts will be changing hands at Revolution. So it really depends on which tag team is going to get those belts. But in the end, we had a really solid show, 73 rated, and that gives us a pretty good rating. It probably just lacked one other really good match to drive that rating up, but we did lose popularity in one region, but that's okay. 6,000 attendance, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's take a look at Fallout from Rampage. As we mentioned, 6,000 attendance, 1.1 total million viewers. Not too bad, 790,000 TNT, very similar to pretty much how it is every week. Akira Tozawa, his contract is up, 58 popularity. Wow, are you kidding me? Started at 48 in January last year. He's risen up to 58. Holy dooly. I have zero interest in signing this dude, but I tell you what, 88 wins, 50 losses. He's actually been pushed fairly well, quite honestly, in WWE, averaging 66. That surprises me quite a lot. But yeah, WWE, they're looking to keep him. Fair enough. They're pushing the guy, so why not? For us, though, no interest at all in signing him. Now, this is the final show, obviously Rampage, before we get to the pay-per-view. And at the pay-per-view, should be a pretty good card. We've been able to rise up a few different storylines just before, including the Kenny Omega, Sammy Guevara, Cody Rhodes situation. That's looking pretty good. Obviously, Miro and Adam Page. That should main event. I'm really looking forward to that one. The tag titles match, I think, could be the match of the show. It really could be a show stealer. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that one kind of plays out. And there's so much more as well. And a lot of guys won't even be on the card. You know, Dennison, Adam Cole, CM Punk. Those guys won't be featuring. So we could have definitely made the pay-per-view a little bit stronger if we really wanted to. But, you know, that's where our roster is at the moment. We've got plenty of guys. We can cycle guys in and out. We don't have to overload with our best of the best all the time to still have good quality shows. And that's a good spot to be in. That's exactly where you want to be. We'll have a quick little look at some of the popularity situations heading into the pay-per-view. As we said, our top guys, we've got plenty of them now. Adam Cole is well and truly in the 80 popularity range, which is huge. Hangman Adam Page is slightly behind, 81 in most areas. Bryan Danielson getting close to meeting the 85 maximum limit. That is the max that anyone will get in our save. Pretty sure, very unlikely anyone's going to beat that. Cash and Dax around the 70 mark. Jericho's around 80. Kind of think of Jericho, what do we do with him? You know, is it time we just get rid of the inner circle and kind of move on and do something else? I think so. We've kind of been heading that direction anyways, but is it time to get Jericho back in for a singles run? You know, maybe a couple of feuds with some top guys. Christian's doing well around the mid-70s, low mid-70s. CM Punk, probably the most popular guy in the company. He's the man at the moment. Cody Rhodes, 81. He's not really moving too far. He's kind of struggling a little bit. Moxley around the 80s as well. Kenny Omega, he's at the max at 85. He's doing well. Malachi, 77. He's been up and down a little bit, but for the most part, it's been pretty solid. Miro, this is why he's getting the big push. He's doing really well. 81, it's great. MJF, 84. He's been killing it as well. The Young Bucks just can't really seem to get over that hurdle of the 70 mark. I'm not sure if they'll get any further than that anytime soon anyways. And Sammy Guevara heading into his match with Kenny, 77 pop for him, doing pretty well. So I'm looking forward to New Year's Smash. I think it's going to be a pretty decent card. Hopefully you'll join us for it. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching this episode of Total Extreme Wrestling. We will be back for New Year's Smash very soon.